What's up guys, it's your boy WF, and today's video is a very important video, so go ahead and thumbs up it because it'll be something that you will obviously need to be successful in Madden, especially early on in the year. Now, the reason why this video is so important is because people are always looking for easy ways to get wins versus people online, especially early on in the game, taking advantage of the fact that people don't know how to play the game yet, taking advantage of the fact that people aren't good at the game yet. And this year, like no other, people are doing that as well. But this year's tactic of choice on defense is to blitz everybody while playing man coverage, particularly man press coverage. That is what seems to be all the rage this year, and players all across the nation are kind of scrambling for ways to beat this type of coverage. And luckily, literally everyone's trying to find out ways, and shortly that tactic would be kind of extinguished. But I don't know if everyone is sharing all the ways they're finding, so I'm going to be trying to share as many ways as I possibly can find to beat this type of coverage to you guys on this YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe because I want you guys up to date with all the new ways that I find to crush man press and send the whole house at you. So now that I've kind of explained what this type of video is going to be and why it's so important, it's very important because it's easy wins for the opponent if you don't have a way to combat it. And it's so frustrating because you know it's happening but you can't do anything about it. That's why this video is so important. So I'm gonna give you guys one way that you can handle it, and this play is actually found in quite a few playbooks. Either it's in the wide Singleback wide trips formation, or if you have the gun wide trips formation, this play is in a lot of them, in a lot of playbooks. So the play is PA wide receiver in. It's been around the community for a long time. It's been in Madden for what seems like forever. It's a classic play. And to simulate the man press sending everybody, I'm going to go into nickel normal, overstorm brave. That kind of simulates everything. So I'm going to press the defense, and just to give you an illustration on what normally happens, I'm just going to run 4 verticals and block the running back, or put the running back on the route, and you'll see exactly why this is so frustrating on offense to go against. The heat comes in quick, and we're going to hit the replay, and I'm going to show you what makes it so frustrating. It's not just that the heat comes in quick, it's that all your guys are pressed. Your outside guys, your slots pressed, your outside guys pressed, your tight end's not pressed because his guy is all the way off the ball that's supposed to be covering him. The outside receiver on the left, he's pressed, but he kind of gets a clean release. And also, for the sake of this video, I took Julio Jones off of the field because I don't want people saying, oh, it just works because you have Julio Jones on the field. So I took him off the field and put the 5th receiver, Gray, on the field at the Julio Jones position. Also, a little quick note, you want your fastest wide receiver playing the right slot. So let's go on and actually show the play now that you guys see why man press and sitting in the crib is so frustrating and hard to deal with if you didn't already know. What we're going to do with this PA wide receiver in play is we're going to set our protections first and foremost. We're going to block our running back and block our tight end. Yes, even though our tight end for most routes he has a free release, we're going to block him because it's just as better protection, and you want to solidify protections kind of first things first. Next up, you're going to put your outside left receiver, Gray. You're going to put him on a comeback route. Now the reason he's on a comeback route is because you want a route that is good at beating man coverage, but also the comeback route will get bumped off at the line of scrimmage because he's on the line of scrimmage himself. But the thing I like about the comeback route is that little curve you see to start his route, him going outside for that, trying to get that outside release, that helps with the bump, so he isn't going to get bumped as hard. He's still going to get bumped, but he has a better chance at a clean release, especially since we're not running a route that is, we're tagging as a press beater, so to speak. The next change you're going to make is you're going to put your B receiver on a slant to the inside we're going to end up motioning him to the left side of the field and snapping him before he gets set. Now, the fact that you're motioning him and snapping the ball before he gets set, that is a motion snap, which with most routes in the game, you can motion snap them and your player will not get bumped off the line of scrimmage, which makes that particular route the key route that you want to utilize in this type of defense situation. So that slant is really the main route that we're going to throw. But also we're going to have that RB route, which we're going to leave him on a wheel route, and wheel routes just roast man coverage. And the fact that he is, you know, pretty much going parallel and then going or horizontal and then cutting up the field, he won't get bumped, which allows us to really run that route. And his cut will beat man coverage as well, which is why we want our fastest receiver on the field at that RB position, that RB or R1 position, that slot position. So now that you actually have learned why these routes are on the field and you know what these routes are here to do, let's get into the play. Now, like I said, well, I'm going to run the play. I'm going to take a sack intentionally, and we're going to go to the replay. That's what I'm going to do first, so you guys can see exactly how everything works out. We motion R and slant over. You snap it before he gets set. He isn't bumped. We're going to take the sack and we're going to hit the replay, and you're going to be able to see exactly what's going on with this play and why this play works against these type of defenses. So our first read will end up being this slant across the middle of the field. He's not bumped. You could have snapped it a little bit quicker. I kind of, you know, waited a little too long, but this is still fine. He still came off the line without being bumped, and you see he's able to make his cut. He is open right now. You can throw the slant for an easy completion. That's why it's your first read. It's extremely quick, and you'll be able to throw this. Now let's take a look at a wheel route, which he ended up getting walled off, but that's still okay because majority of the time he will beat his coverage. I don't know exactly why he ended up getting walled off, but he did. But we still have the slant. And then let's talk about this comeback route. This comeback route wasn't intentionally bumped off the line of scrimmage, but he still was able to be thrown right here. So you have three options of players who are not getting bumped while still having great protection up front. As you can see, they're sending 6. Actually 7 ends up coming because the safety sees that the running back is blocking and he ends up coming. But we have plenty of time to make reads. So let's actually get into throwing these routes. I'm going to throw the slant first. I'm going to focus on the slant for this particular example. Now, obviously, you're going to take what comes open first, which I'll get into on the next example. But the slant's pretty much going to be open. Not bumped. Roast this guy. If you have the right guy, it's a potential touchdown. Sanu's slow ass isn't going to make things happen like that, but as you can see, it's an easy completion. So we're going to set up the defense again, man press. And like I said, you always take what's there first. So if the slant's there, you take the slant, which, you know, don't always shoot for the big play. This wheel route, which I'm going to throw to on this play, is the big play. Like on the first example, he kind of was walled off. I don't know exactly why, but he wasn't pressed. But if he ends up being walled off and you're waiting for that big play touchdown and he gets walled off like that, you're going to end up taking a sack. So always take that slant if it's there first. Your second read is going to be that wheel route, but let's see if we can get that wheel open right now. And we did for the rat catch for the touchdown. But obviously, like I said, take the slant if it's there. Last but not least, we're going to see if we can hold off and have enough protection and throw this comeback route on the left side of the field. It ends up getting picked off because, you know, I have a 5th string wide receiver running this comeback route. Obviously, if we have any guy that's 1 through 3 running this route, it's not going to be picked off. You're going to have a good enough route running. But I have literally my 5th string wide receiver running this route. So I'm going to see if I can get this off one more time. But obviously know if you have a better receiver, he's going to be able to make this comeback. and that's my controller vibrating like that. But you know, you get the point, guys. I have, as you can see, I have Gray at my position, who is 63 overall. He's a 63 overall, guys. So the comeback route works, and you do have enough time if you have good enough protection to get that throw off. I just don't feel like putting Julio Jones in the game, because obviously you know Julio's going to win his matchup. The protection's good enough. The protection's going to hold up good long enough so you can get this throw off. But here's the reason why everything works the way it works. Let's say they rush 6 and they have a user control defender, you know, kind of hovering around on the defense. Your first read is going to be the slant. If he is not helping in guarding the slant, you can throw that all day long. But let's say he is here for this slant. You have this wheel route right here. So you'll be able to throw the wheel route over the top of the defense if this slant is user controlled. Now, people aren't typically going to user cover that wheel route. They aren't going to do that. They could be looking for stuff short over the middle because they already know that they're going to have a high chance of getting, you know, their pressure in to get a sack. So even though your first read is a slant, that is the thing that people are going to key on the most. But you still have 2 outside routes which they cannot user cover to take away, which you have at your disposal. And obviously, if you don't have a 63 overall player running this route, he's going to get open for a catch, and you have good enough protection. So this is an effective way that I have found to kind of, you know, put a wrench in people throwing these type of man press, send the house at you defenses. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and thumbs up it, and subscribe to your boy, because I like to give you guys, you know, information as soon as I get it. I want to give it to you, and you know, help you guys get good at Madden as quickly as I am getting good at Madden, and hopefully have you be better players than me overall. So, you know, it's WF. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out.